Yeah, we're live. All right, we're live on StreamYard and we're live on YouTube. So, welcome to Rick's Life as I See It. I'm just waiting for people to show up. Oh, at the moment, we only got one person showing up on the chat. So, no, I'm gonna. I don't know. I don't know, been a bummer the last few days. Nothing's gone right, you know. Then the other day, hey Jacob, the other day I was in here moving. I got a big giant heavy ammo can here. I mean, it's full of bullets for reloading and shit. So it weighs a fair bit. Well, instead of standing up and moving it, I tried to move it sitting down. And as I'm sitting here, grabbing it, pulling it, what happens? I had hold of it, but I underestimated the weight, and the damn thing dropped, and the latch caught me on the shin and ripped the hole in my shin. You know, ripped the skin off. So now that happened about 3 weeks ago. You know, I just go on, do what I have to do to clean. But the other day, this is where it's got really weird. The other day, I'm sitting out there watching TV. It must have been about 10:30 at night. It starts itching. So I start scratching it, and I thought I better not scratch it, because normally when I start scratching, I get really rough, and I didn't want to. Anyway, sometime during the night, I must have either rubbed it with my foot, or I scratched it when I was sleeping with my hand, because I woke up, it was all red and raw. And I thought, okay, all right, stinging like hell. I put Neosporin on it, and it was sort of like where I scratched it. It was sort of like three. I'm wondering if I got bit by a mosquito or something, because it was like, it looked like three little, where I got bitten 3 times in a row, right where I'd scratched it. Well, now blisters have come up on it where the scratches were. It's all blistered now. I don't know how it blistered, but it's all blistered, and it's been throbbing like a son of a bitch. It's infected now. So I cleaned it all up yesterday, put some antiseptic on it, and it was a lot better this morning. But even now, just sitting here, it hurts like it's you know, when it does, it hurts and it throbs, feels like your heart's beating in it, and it hurts, and you can't touch it because it hurts to touch it. So, you know, I'm in a bad mood because of it. That's the kind of that's only been in the last couple of days. Then I get a letter in the mail from my utilities company, the water utility, and says I didn't pay last month's bill, and they're going to shut my water off on Friday. And I said, that's bullshit. I mean, it's only $22, right? I think it was 20. No, 20. No, yes, it was. It was $22.60. They're going to shut my water off for $22.60. So I went on to the bank, because I done a bill pay, and they told me they paid it on July 5th. And they actually sent, since that bank, since it's a little town Du Bois Water Company, they don't have electronic banking per se. They ain't got nothing set up to transfer it from the bank to them. So they actually mailed them a physical check. Well, they said they hadn't got it. I went to the bank. It says I said send it on the 5th. Well, they said no, we ain't received it. I said I will get right back to you. I called the bank and said what happened. They said no, we did it. They said you asked for it on the 5th. We mailed it out, and they received it on the 11th, and they cashed it on the 15th. They said, we'll send you a check to prove it, the copy of it. So I called them back up and told them all this, and I said, I'm waiting for the email with the check to say I paid it. They go, all right. In the meantime, we're looking into it. 10 minutes later, they call me up, and they go, sorry, Mr. Mitchell, we placed it to somebody else's account. I said, you were going to cut my water off without even goddamn checking that you might have made a mistake. God, I mean, that's kind of weak up, man. It's only Wednesday. Anyway. Got people in the chat now, so let me introduce my panelist, which is New York Outcast. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. Sorry to hear about your misfortune this week. So
yeah, said it's only Wednesday.
So, yeah. Well, hopefully, you'll start getting good news or something. So
yeah,
if it helps, I had issues with a check a week or so ago. So I should have gotten this check like about a month ago. And it got sent back, and then I was notified, and they sent it back, and I actually got it. So I don't know what's going on. Yeah. It's every once in a while. So it's just very rare, but every once in a while something happens. But same with electronic, I guess. So, yeah. Sorry to hear about all that. As far as your leg, if I could reach through this device and smack you, I would, because if you would have cleaned it properly in the beginning, probably wouldn't be a problem now,
Yeah, I know.
You were probably being lazy about it and this and that, and now you got issues. So I'd recommend, staying on top of it. If you don't.
Oh, I am. I mean, and having,
diabetes, if you don't see any improvement very soon, I would suggest going to the walk-in.
If I don't see any improvement by the weekend, that's what I'll do. Because today's Wednesday, Thursday. If it's still looking pretty bad on Friday, I'll go to the walk-in on either on Friday or Saturday morning. Mind you, if I go to my doctor on Friday, it don't cost me nothing to see him. But no, I'll go to the walk-in if I got to, But
whatever. I mean, obviously not the emergency room or something, but your doctor or whatever. I'd recommend Thursday because it'll probably be less busy. Weekends are usually busier.
True.
What it seems. So.
But Anyway, so that's that. Anyway, let's see who's in the chat. Chat's filling up. Tactical Fud was the first in, then Jacob, then M. Gabrielle, and who else? Then we got Abigail. Then who else? Who else we got? Chris from the 740s here. So plus there must be some lurkers out there. Anyway, so that's where we're. I tell you, my mind's going all over the place. I'm just. I don't know. I'm trying to think. Where's my list? There ain't much of a list, but I got one. I don't know if we talked about this last week. I think we did, so I'm going to leave that one off. What was it? That was the other thing. I forgot what I was going to mention. I really did. There was something I was going to mention that's not on my list. I said when I come in here, I'm going to write it down, and I forgot to write it down because I started watching YouTubes. things on the five weirdest tools from Harbor Freight.
Yeah, you can remember that, but you can't remember what you were supposed to remember.
No. I like Harbor Freight, to be honest with you. They're, they have improved in the last few years. They've got a higher line of tools now. They still sell the other cheap stuff, but they've got it sort of like a mid-range shit now that is half-ass decent. Called Icon.
I like Harbor Freight, but I've always stayed away from their tools like that, power tools and whatnot. I mean, I have one of their compressors. I've actually had a couple. One model was straight shit and returned that out, I think twice. And now one of them's the one I have. I can't remember what it is, but it's a big one. It's I got it hooked up down in the basement, and lines ran out to the driveway and into the shop area. So, but it's been working great. As far as that. So I know there's, some things are a little funny. They're auto tools I like. That's almost about it. I've gotten other things, tool bags, things like that there. But and I don't know, the auto tools, I've had decent luck, like, inner tie rod puller, stuff like that, those odd things. You can get there fairly cheap, and they work. Are they, as good as the professional stuff? Probably not, but I'm not going to use them as a professional technically. So,
yeah, I mean, I've had good and bad luck. I've had where, you taking a wrench and, I'm tightening up something and it breaks,
Mhm.
and then I've had stuff that I bought years ago and I'm still using it.
Yeah. I've got a flexible ratchet that gave me trouble that I should be able to exchange, but I know that now they swapped out the styles or something. I don't know. I haven't bring it back in.
I mean, but because some of their stuff is lifetime guarantee, so it shouldn't matter.
But I can also state, I've snapped Craftsman breaker bars. I've busted ratchets in all different manufacturer brands, so nothing is indestructible that I've come across so far. As far as brand wise, just to throw out there.
Yeah. I know what I was going to mention. Besides having a bad week, here's something for you. This is somebody I know. I mean, I've known them for years. Used to know them up in Connecticut, Rhode Island. I'm not talking about Laura. I'm talking about this guy I know. He's I don't know. For lack of a better word, he seems toxic to me. He gets me riled up. He disagrees with everything I say, but he talks to me all the time. You know what I'm saying? And I'm thinking, how long do I put up with this bullshit? You know what I'm saying? I don't need it in my life. I just want a nice, easy life. I mean, even down to politics, he disagrees with me. So, I mean, I don't have no time. So, basically, I've, was it Monday? Yeah, today's Wednesday. Monday, I blocked him on my all my social media, blocked him on my phone, and I've even blocked him on my email. So, hopefully he get the message that I don't want to talk to him anymore. I mean, I should have done it years ago, but I don't like being mean to people.
Is this somebody in town that you?
No, where I used to live when I lived up in Connecticut.
Oh yeah, okay,
It was somebody.
yeah.
I mean, don't forget, you got to remember. I mean, for years and years, I went to 12-step program,
Yeah.
and that's where I know him from. And
All right.
not everybody that goes to them are nice like me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, he was an asshole the day he walked in, and he's still an asshole now. And I talked to him, and I'm thinking, why in the hell am I talking to him? Hanging around him, all he does is upset me. I'm just thinking it's toxic. It's for lack of a better word. I can't get the correct word, but that's what I'm thinking. So I'm thinking, what I was going to say is, how long do you put up with somebody like that? I mean, I've put up with him for years. And Monday I said, that's it. I've had enough. That's how my week started, and it went downhill from then.
Yeah. Is there any obligation to him or anything, or
No,
were you his mentor or sponsor type person or something? Or
the only thing we got in common is the 12-step program. That's it.
Okay.
We got. I think I got 2 or 3 more years than he does. I said I've known him for over 20 years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I didn't hang out with him. I had my own crowd I hung out with, but he's one of those guys that would, like if we were going somewhere, we'd say, well, let's go to Applebee's or something to eat after a meeting or something. He would just tag along. He wasn't invited. He just tag along. He's one of those type of guys.
Okay.
And I mean, I just put up with him because, I know what it's like to try to stay sober. I rather him the way my brain worked was I rather him hang out with us and stay sober than go off somewhere and start drinking. Is the way I look at it. But even like I've been here for 6 years, he still talked to me, messaging me and shit like that. See, not every day, but he would message me and talk to me and come out with say stupid ass shit, and I just said I don't need this crap. Then it all started. What really pissed me off was the attempted assassination. He was one of the ones that said, "Oh, shame he missed," and that just didn't hit me. That just sat with me wrong. It didn't go down well, and I told him what I thought of him. I said I've been putting up with your shit for years, and I ain't doing it no more. I don't need to listen to this crap from you, and I blocked him on everything. Oh. So there we go. That's how I started on Monday. Then I said my leg started hurting. Then I had issues with the water company. I said, damn, and it's only Wednesday. So there you go. But you got to look at it. There's always somebody out there worse off than me. Yeah. I got a roof over my head. All my utilities are paid, contrary to what their letter says they sent to me. So I was talking to somebody today who, I don't really, I got enough, because how it all started, how I want to buy my 410 lever action. And my next thing on my list is my 2 items that I want that are number 1 on my list is my 410 and a suppressor for my AR. Those are 2 main things I want. Now I'm going to have to save or do layaway type thing on all of them to get them. And somebody today I was talking to said, well, why don't you get a job? Well, because I'm old, fat, and lazy. You know, I don't want a job. If I wanted a job, I would have got a job. You know, I know that sounds terrible, but I mean, it's because I'm comfortable. I mean, yes, I piss and moan all the time, but as I said, my basic needs are met with how much I get from disability. You know, and you know, it's all the extras that I want is where I run into trouble. You know, so you know, so overall, my life ain't too bad, really. You know, did I tell you
Once
I
there's
went?
another person and say, get a job, get a part-time job.
Yeah, I
Get
don't want a
something
part.
where it's
See,
every once in a while, or
the
just
only
like a
problem
gig,
is
they call it, or whatever.
not. I'm not. Yeah, yeah. You could call it an excuse, but the problem is I can't stand for too long. I can't sit for too long. You know what I'm saying? And it's hard to do anything. You know, and the only
Life's
I mean the
hard.
only thing.
That's making a paycheck is hard sometimes.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm
But I
sure
mean
you could do
I was.
something. I'm just stating, like, if basically everything's going up except your money. I mean, yeah, they may have given you a little bit, but then they take a
Yeah,
little.
yeah,
So the only way to do it is either reduce your spending and save, which you're horrible at, which
yeah,
or get more income. So even if it's once, twice a month type thing,
yeah. You're right. You're right.
you could throw that in a pile, not touch it, and then accomplish your goals,
Yeah,
and you're
yeah.
comfortable.
That's the.
It's not
See, that's
stressing
the.
yourself.
You done. See, you said the thing that I find very difficult. Not touch it. I know. But anyway, but where I was going is overall, I'm quite. We lost him. Where'd he go? Did I? Oh, there he dropped out on me. Got bad connection. I tell you, I saw. Oh, there he is. You back? You there?
Yeah, I've
But
been here. You were buffering on my end for a minute, or not a minute, but a little bit.
oh, well, everything looks here. It says I got. I mean, my bandwidth is good. It says everything is going good here.
It's technology.
Yeah, yeah. But you never know. We've had some
Would
hellacious.
never happen with a can and a string.
No, you're right. We've had some hellacious storms here the last couple of days. I mean, yesterday afternoon, it had to be around 2:00. It was like the day that we had the full eclipse. I mean, 2:00, and it was pitch black outside here. And I looked and I said, damn. And so I opened my back door and looked out. I mean, there was the whole sky was nothing but black clouds. And all of a sudden, the wind starts whipping. The trees are practically bending over halfway. I mean, I did look at my phone, and it was saying that 60-mile-an-hour winds were having thunderstorms, tornado could possibly. I went, oh shit. Then the thunder and lightning, the rain come down, and then it was hell beating down. I thought, Jesus Christ. That was yesterday. Yeah. That was then it rained again last night. I think there was maybe, I don't know how much they ended up with, a couple of inches of rain, I think, altogether. But then it rained again today. We had thunder and lightning earlier on today. And in the forecast, do we have rain tonight? I'm trying to make excuses for the internet. No, tonight I lied. We are meant to have rain again tonight. So there you go. So it could be the weather causing the problem. But I don't, because really, when you think about it, even though it's fiber optic, the only part of it that's underground is the part from the pole to my house. The rest of it runs along where the phone lines are. That's how they do it. You know? So if one of those poles get damaged or whatever, your internet's screwed. My internet went out the other night for about 2 hours during that rainstorm and shit. But during that, where it was like I thought there was going to be a tornado coming through here, internet stayed up the whole time because I was sitting in the other room watching TV during it all. You know. But earlier tonight, the power went out. That split second drop when everything. So my TV shut off, my microwave shut down. You know, because it was off just enough to do its thing. So I had to wait for everything to fire back up again. Real pain in the ass, really. But that's life. So, how you doing, Oli guy? Oli one, is it Oli? OL1 guy? Oli guy? Ron 2A Matters is in the house. Shady Hill Homestead's here. So people are showing up, listening to me just waffling on about nothing, really. Yeah. Did I said I'd already talked about this. Did I talk about it or about being ready to fight if something actually happened, or is the game on Sunday will get in the way of you showing up? Did I mention that last week? It was something I was reading. Everybody says they're, gun ho. I'll fight you. I'll go there and fight and all this crap. But you ask them to go to a. You can't even get people to go to a goddamn 2A rally. How are you going to get them to go fight? You know what I'm saying? Because something in their life gets in the way of them doing that kind of shit. So
I think you did bring it up briefly.
Yeah, I thought I did. That's why I didn't bring it up. I think the reason I mentioned it again because I didn't check it off, so I wasn't sure whether I did talk about it or not. But that's okay. So what's happening to your end?
Not a whole lot. I've had a, I don't know, shitty week or so myself, I guess you could say. Not necessarily calendar week, but damn rock took my window out. So I was driving when it happened. I don't know, I might bring it up. No, that was after the last show. So yeah, that was upsetting.
Damn.
Yeah, and I had just made an appointment for my inspection that day. And so I was planning on swinging there after work. But obviously I couldn't go there with a cracked windshield. So that was a problem. I had to reschedule that. The crack ran right through the inspection and registration stickers. So definitely had to be changed. So that was like.
Is that covered under your insurance?
No, I got like the basic on my stuff. So, well, my car, the truck actually has more, but that's because of the business on my insurance guy insisted. But that's a whole other story. But so the car, no, so that was like $420, I think it was, out of pocket. So, yeah, but that's life. Shit happens. It sucks. But because I don't blow all my damn money, was able to call around.
I mean, I don't have it covered on my insurance because I got the cheapest insurance that I need, and to have windshield coverage, it was going to put my actual premium up some unbelievable figure a month. I said, just to add windshield on there. And they go, yeah. I said, well, leave it off then. I mean, I know, as you said, if it happens, it's going to cost you $400 or $500, but it doesn't happen every day. So
Yeah.
I'll take the risk. You know.
Yeah, I kind of ran some numbers on it myself after the fact just to see. And considering I've had a busted window before, but that was a whole nother story. But just naturally by, act of God, we'll say, this is the first time. So I started doing the math on how many years I've been, I've owned a car, whatnot. And technically, I'm sure, if I was paying for glass this whole time, I probably could have bought a new car instead of a damn window with it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Vanessa
you figure
reminds me.
that
Vanessa,
happens 2-3 times a lifetime.
well,
It's not
that's what.
not that big of a deal.
Yeah, that's what I was going to get into. Vanessa said in Connecticut, all insurance must cover all glass. And actually, in Connecticut, in the older years I lived there, actually I had to replace my windshield twice. And I only her saying that just made me think about it because I forgot all about it because it didn't cost me a damn penny. They replaced my thing and I used one of those places they come to you to do it. They came to where I was working and changed my windshield in the parking lot while I was working. So that happened to me twice. I remember now. Both times I was hit by a rock on a highway. But it hasn't happened to me since. It never happened that was when I lived in Connecticut. I lived in Rhode Island for 12 years. And it never happened to me there. And I've been here 6 years. I mean, that's the only time I've ever had it happen. I had it happen twice on the same vehicle within a sort of like a 3-year span. But all the other years I've been driving and all the other cars I've had, I've never had it happen to me before. So, mind you, I noticed they're normally what they do is they're trying to repair it before they change it. But I don't trust those where they try to repair the chip. I don't trust it. But I guess it works. I don't know. So.
Yeah, I don't know if it was a little chip or something, and it was like insurance or whatever. I'd probably go along with it. But if it was an actual crack, that's a different story. So
Yeah. But those chips can turn into cracks.
Oh yeah. There was a tiny chip in my window when I bought the car, so I figured it might be a problem down the road. Although it didn't break anywhere near that chip, it broke from an impact. So from a rock I didn't even see, and I wasn't behind a dump truck or anything like that, or driving down a dirt road, or it was just a random thing, I guess, that popped up and got me. So.
Wow, Vanessa. Vanessa had a bolt fall off a bridge near her as she drove by. And the bolt went through the window, hit near her right shoulder. Couldn't you sue them for something like that? That's dangerous. The town or the state got to be responsible for maintaining those bridges, don't they? Or even the federal government. Sue them.
Yeah, you probably could. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard of. 1 second.
But I would imagine it would take years to do it. But
probably I don't know. Probably not years, but I've heard of people suing the city around here for tires and rims, but they're usually expensive cars, and people are. You're paying to replace your own stuff, and then 6 months later, you might get reimbursed. Is kind of how that works, from my understanding. So, I couldn't stay at work everywhere, but yeah, they're supposed to. If it's something that's that bad, they're supposed to address that if it causes damage or something like that. So
yeah. Oh, Sean goes, I tried filing a claim with the city because their shitty pothole ruined my $1,800 will. They said if they granted it, the payout wouldn't be for 9+ months. You know, I would have gone, all right, I'll wait.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you're gonna get it fixed either way, more than
Yeah.
likely. So you might as well just consider it
Yeah, and
money in
then
the
if
bank.
it shows up 9 months later, you got a nice little present to go spend it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
All
that
right, talking
sounds
about that.
similar here, but a few extra months.
Talking about that, I fill them all out. When I get an email and it tells me that, like, what you call it, there was a security breach at so and so, your name came up. There's a class action lawsuit. You can fill out this form, and if it gets granted, you'll get some money. I fill them all out all the time. Well, I had one come through the other day from Google, and I think it was hell, had to be over a year ago. I filled that one out. 18 months ago. Google, something happened. Somebody hacked into Google and stole. Might have stole my identity. Didn't say it did. Said might have. Right. So I filled it out, sent it off, and didn't think nothing of it the other day. And they said, "Oh, if we give you anything, how do you want it paid?" They gave you some options. PayPal was one of them. I said, "Oh yeah, pay it into PayPal." Well, the other day, last week, I'm looking, and it goes Google and some other name behind it. I got a whole 12 cents payout in this class action lawsuit. 12 cents. I thought, Jesus Christ. But hell, they deposited it into my into my PayPal for me. But what I'm saying is, if you only got 12, either there was, millions of people on the class action suit, or the pay. I haven't even researched to see how much they actually got, and how much they got. I would imagine, of course, the lawyers get their money first, before they divide up what's left. So sue who? It was covered. That bridge was undergoing repairs. Oh, those orange warning signs about liability in work zones. Oh, okay. Yeah. I suppose you could still try. It might be harder to prove, but
I almost got whacked by a lazy boy coming off a bridge once.
Lazy boy.
Yeah, it looked like one of them lazy boy type chairs. I can't say for sure if it was a lazy boy, but it was a recliner chair. Yeah, there's a highway going over it, and no, I don't know how it ended up happening. Honestly, I tried to guess it. Somebody didn't strap it on or something, and it went over on the top, and I caught it about a quarter of the way down. I seen it as I was coming through in the middle lane, and just naturally jerked my wheel. And thankfully, nobody was next to me, because I would have caused an accident. But it was just a natural reaction to turn, and I did, and it was a pile of dust in the mirror. So, like, it didn't completely disintegrate, but it busted up pretty good, and like a big dust cloud from it. So that was pretty crazy as far as I'm concerned. But probably doesn't count because it didn't actually hit me or anything. But you never know.
You never know. You're right. You're right. Yeah, hell, I was flying down. Well, I don't fly anywhere anymore when it comes to driving. I've become like my father, just pottering along, just a little bit, maybe 5 or 10 miles more over the speed limit max. But normally about maybe I'll go, if it's a 30 zone, I'll go, if it's 30, that's when I go over to 10. I normally go around 40 in the 30-mile-an-hour zone around here. But if it's like 60 or whatever, I'll go 65. I'm not crazy driving anymore. But where I was going is I was going, I don't know, maybe 35, 40 miles an hour down one of these. And a lot of these roads around here are gravel. It's still countrified out here. We got gravel roads, and I'm just touring along, minding my own business. And damn, went around a bend, had to slam my goddamn brakes on. Damn cows out in the middle of the damn road. They somehow either they got through, somebody left the gate open or the fence was down. There must have been, I don't know, half a dozen cows in the road. Basically they were walking across the road because they were eating the grass on the side of the roads. I just honked my horn and drove past them and said, I drove a little ways and I saw somebody in their driveway. I said, I don't know whose cows they are, but they're loose. They're on the road back there. And the guy said, yeah, I know whose they are. And and I left it at that. So I was assuming he was going to call the farmer, tell him his cows are out, Yeah. So that's what you got to be careful of around here, running into livestock. Yeah. So exciting stuff, it's almost like it's like going around abandoned there's Bigfoot. You know what I'm saying? It scares the shit out of you. So what's that, Sean? 35-inch tires and 90 miles an hour don't really get along well. Yeah. Well, you got that big ass truck of yours that you have no need for, but you got it because you like it. Let's be honest. Yeah. Hey, I don't need I got that pickup truck. I don't need it. Really. It came in handy when I moved here, and it's come in handy hauling shit when you buy shit and stuff like that. But my lifestyle, I don't really need a truck. If you come right down to it, I don't need a truck. But I like them, and that's why I bought it. Simple as that. And will I buy another one eventually? I don't know. I might have to because I said mine's what? It's a 97. It's getting up there in age, but it's running good still. Will I need to buy a new one before I die? Maybe. But if I buy one, I'm not going to buy a brand new vehicle or anything like that. I'll just buy an old clunker to get me through, my last few years of life type thing. So. Nah, that's bogus. Today's trucks do everything. I've got 4-door seating for 5, a plug-in freezer, a mostly unusable bed, toolboxes, and can pull 6 tons if necessary. They drive like cars, sometimes nicer than cars. There you go. Yeah, actually, I said mine's an old truck, but it does drive good. I must admit. And it's a Ford, too, my old truck. And the only reason I bought a Ford was the price was right when I bought it. But it comes like, I learned many, many years ago, I gave up being, the only thing, it's not even loyalty, it's just plain laziness. It seems to be a trait of mine, is my phone, my cell phone. Is every time I go to pay my bill for my because I got Verizon. And every time I go to pay my bill, at the top of the bill, even online, it says, "Thank you for being a customer for 24 years." So I've had Verizon. I've had that same phone number for 24 years now. And I'm not with Verizon because they're the greatest. They're the most expensive out there. I'm just I just don't want to go through the aggravation of changing companies. But everything else, I'm not loyal. Like when it comes time to renew my car insurance, I shop around for the best deal. Most stuff I mean, even when it comes to grocery shopping, I'm not brand loyal. I don't buy Skippy peanut butter because it's Skippy type thing. I'll buy Walmart brand. You know what I'm saying? I'm not loyal to anything like that. So, hey, when it comes to firearms, I'm not loyal to any firearm.
Not loyal to Debs.
I'm not loyal to Debs, no. Oh, she was on the local news the other day about her selling up. About what's called it, how did they word it? An icon or something in Birdseye, Indiana. Been there for 35 years. But they claim that. See, I mean, the guys the person that sells me the fried chicken I like and the pizzas, they bought it, and they claim they're going to keep it the same, right? Yeah, my landlord told me that when he bought this place off the old boys I rented from. Within 30 days, I got a letter in the mail telling me my rent was going up $250. But that's an old story. I'm not getting into it now. But so I don't. When they say, "Oh, we're going to keep everything the same," don't believe them. First off, as I told you, Deb's it's a breakfast joint, for lack of a better word. Right? She's had it for 35 years. I've seen the kitchen. It's one of those places, if you actually saw it, you wouldn't eat there. But I've seen it, and I still eat there. But where I'm trying to say is, if somebody new takes over, I think the state is going to say, "Nope, you're going to have to do this to bring it up to code." That's where I was going. Her stuff's, she's grandfathered in because of how long she's been there and how long she's owned it. And I don't think when the new people take over, the state ain't going to grandfather them in. I don't think. So I think changers are coming. But I did hear some of the old boys were telling me that before she took it, it was more of a it wasn't a bar, but it was like the old back in the 1950 type where you get a soda, ice cream soda or whatever. I can't think of the word for them now, but they used to be that, because she still has the bar there with the stools in front of it, like where you have a soda jerk behind there making the shit. That's what it used to be, some of that, and it used to have pool tables in there. Where the dining area is, there used to be a couple of pool tables in there. That's what some of the old boys are telling me. I don't remember it when I was a kid. I don't think it was there 50 years ago when I was here as a kid during the summer. It might have been, but it was some area. I mean, I never went to it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't remember it from back then. So what you call it? Oh, I'm going to try to get a photo of it. I told you they said they'd do it. It's a greasy spoon. That's what it is. Yeah. the county doesn't shut her down because she go full on Viking warlord on them and drink a beer from their skull the morning after when you old boys walk in for breakfast. She's got a temper on her. She definitely does, you know. But no, I mean the county goes easy on her because she's been there so long. You know, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not it wouldn't be closed down because it's filthy. I don't think they'll let them operate it because, you know, the grease trap is not up to code and stuff like that. You know, the toilets are fine, but they're not handicap accessible. That kind of stuff is what I'm saying about the place. So, and I don't know if you get it right, but the floor behind the counter is kind of it's concrete, but it's all cracked and stuff. You know, that kind of stuff. So, we'll see how it goes. I'm just rambling on here, and you're not saying a word there, Rob.
Sorry, I was at the gas station and driving, so I didn't want.
You're not even home.
No.
So you haven't even eaten yet.
Yeah, I ate.
You went back out, huh?
Yep.
Oh, okay. All right. And what's the price of gas?
I don't know. I wasn't paying attention.
Oh.
Technically, there was some girl with pink hair and apparently a random guy buying her gas, and I was kind of trying to eavesdrop without looking like I was eavesdropping, and I'm not exactly sure what was going on, but she seemed pretty happy, and yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, what's Sean say? Oh, by the way, never asked this before. Did Deb say she was staying in town after she shuts down? Oh, after she sold it. Oh, yeah. She's got a house on the outskirts of Birdseye, almost into the next town down. Actually, yeah, she's got a big old house, and her kids live around here too. So. Sean says it's $3.29 a gallon for diesel on average around me. $3.69 for 93 octane for the T-Bird. Huh. Yeah, okay. Gas is down at Birdseye. The gas is still $3.39 a gallon, and I think it's just under. I think it's four, not four. I think it's. I'm trying to think. Gas is up there. It's under 4, but not by much. You know, for diesel. So, oh. Oh no, they have no, the old boys. They go. There's I think there's 3 places during the week that have euchre. You know, I think there's one on Wednesday nights, Thursday nights, and I think I'm not sure if it's Friday night, but there's 3 places where they all go and they all play, you know, and they play for money too. It's not a lot, you know. Everybody throws in sort of like $5 in the pot type thing, and the one who's got the best. They keep points of how many points each buddy makes or whatever, and whoever's got the highest wins the money. I'm not exactly sure how it does because I don't play it. I know how to play it, but yeah, I've learned how to play it, but I don't play it down there because I'm real slow at it at euchre, and it's they move so fast when they're playing. Those old boys are playing, and they seem to know I don't know. I mean, I'm not as good at it as them. I mean, because what I'm saying is they're play it. You know, they deal out 5 cards, and they go around the table and they're lay, one down, and whoever wins that trick, as I call them, then they're laid down the next one. Whoever wins that trick, then they must read the cards or know how they're falling, or they pay attention to what was laid down, because the next thing you know, they'll throw their remaining 3 cards down in the middle of the table, and everybody else does, and they do just what scores they got and carry on to the next, and they start dealing another round. And I'm still trying to figure out what in the hell the first trick was. And they're already finished, ready to start another round. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I don't play. So I would imagine they would put up with me if I said I'll play, but I don't know. I just don't. Maybe it's don't want to. Maybe I'll feel embarrassed because I can't play as good as them. I don't know what it is, but I just don't do it. So mind you, I didn't even know what the game was until I moved here. I never even heard of it. Unless it's got a different name in other parts of the country.
I've never heard of it.
Yeah, because they use all the picture cards, the 10 and the 9. 9 and up is all they use. The rest of them they discard. They don't need them. They just use the 6 and the 4 for scoring purposes. The rest of the cards they throw them away. They don't need them. So it's not a hard game to play. Highest card wins, basically. Except it gets a bit tricky because the jacks are the top card. Ace, if you throw an ace of spades down, and I got the jack of spades, and I throw the jack of spades down, I win. My jack of spades is higher than your ace. See, that's where that kind of stuff confuses me. So. But, yeah. So there you go. That's all my experience in the game of euchre. But they get, some of those boys, not all of them, the normal 4 that play are quite good, actually. And they're funny. But there's a couple that might join in if somebody else is not there. And damn, you think they were professionals the way they go on about it. They get loud and they get nasty if they lose it, or if you play the wrong card. How they know you're playing the wrong? Well, I guess they see what's thrown down and what you've thrown down, and they get mad if you do something wrong. It's all It's like, damn, it's only a card game, Christ. And then they get old thing. Then they're mad and they think they got one on you. They're stand up and slam the card down to take the winning thing. I think, Jesus Christ. So I got to, mind you, I always look to make sure they're not carrying. Because they could get because some of them get mad. They really do. So I think it's kind of funny in that sense. It's only a card game, for Christ's sakes. Anyway, damn, an hour's gone by. I've just been waffling on about absolutely nothing. And you guys have been just sitting here listening to me. I appreciate that. I really do. As I said before, if there's anything you want brought up or any questions or any topics, drop me an email. I will bring them up. Talk about it. If you got any questions about firearms, hey, I'm no expert. Absolutely. I'm the least gun expert that I know is me. But I can bring the topic up and somebody out there might know the answer. You know? So, but anyway, you know, as I'm saying, if anybody's got anything they want to talk about on here, let me know. We can do it. If you have a Circle K gas station in the area, they are doing day for savings for gas and selling 40 cents cheaper tomorrow. Oh, wow. Is there a Circle K around here? There's not one locally here. There might be one in Jasper. I have to check. You know, but that's a good deal. You know? Yeah, she'll more than likely show up at the diner sometimes, I would imagine. You know? But yeah, she's she appreciated the company. Yeah, I mean, you got to remember she's lived here all her life. I mean, she knows everybody and everybody knows her. She's not going to be without friends, you know what I'm saying? I mean, she might, you know, so. Oh, yeah, we're going to do the quiz. The quiz, guys, the drawing is next week, which is the last, because today is the 31st. So I do it on the first Wednesday of the month. So that's next Wednesday, which is the 7th. But can't help it. That's the way the calendar falls this year. So the question was, on the quiz, I wanted to know the name of the actor who Matt Dillon shoots in the opening credits on every episode. Who is that actor? What's his name? That's all. That was the easy answer for the swag pack. So there you go. Get it into me at rickslifeasiseeit at gmail.com or spottedrick@gmail.com. Get it into me by 12 noon next Wednesday, and you're being for the drawing. Okay? Now I got to come up with it. Now, if you guys got any questions for the use on the quiz, you can send those in to me. Of course, if you send them in to me, you can't enter because you know the answers. But, you know, I want the actor's name, the actor's real name, not the character. I don't even know if he had an actual name as a character. I want the actor's name, you know, what he went by as an actor, you know. So basically his real name, if that's what you want to call it, you know. So anyway, so that's the quiz. So we're there. It's 8:03, so I'm going to wind it down. So New York Outcast, you got any closing remarks or anything?
Not really.
You still driving?
No, not anymore. So, yeah, just stay safe, folks, and remember, things happen. Like $420 windshield, so don't end up broke.
Yeah.
So, nobody likes that. So, stash away a little bit. Don't be like Rick. Have a little buffer.
Yeah.
Other than that, eat a salad, stay cool, and we'll catch you next time.
There you go. I appreciate it. All right. I want to say thank you to everybody in the chat for showing up. I really do appreciate it. It, really, I really I do enjoy, but I'm really appreciate you guys showing up to listen to me just waffling on about nothing some days. So, there we go. So I will be back next Wednesday with a new quiz question. and the answer for this month's question. So that'll be next Wednesday, and I'll be back Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern, the only time zone that matters. So we'll see you all then. So good night, everybody. Good night, Sabrina.